Welcome back to But I'm a Lesbian. This week we are discussing Fear Street Part 3, 1666. Welcome to But I'm a Lesbian, the podcast where we serve alt baddie sass, queer film reviews, and everything in between. Whether you're a baby gay or a queer elder, we're here, we're queer, and we're diving deep into all things lesbian. Get ready for some sapphic serotonin. We have another special guest with us today. She is But I'm a Lesbian podcast's biggest fan. She is the coolest, funniest, prettiest, and most stunning person ever, my girlfriend Yamie.
Hi. It's been, I heard I was going to be on the show. So I was like, yeah, buddy.
You got the call?
Yeah. No, for real. I was like fucking on the casting call. And I was like, bro, fingers crossed. But
it was a tough pick, but you made it.
I'm like, bro.
Yeah. So thank you for being on here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course. So our couple's costume is kind of like, I guess, basic. And I guess maybe not a lot of people have seen the film, but it's Dance with the Devil.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're okay.
So yeah, it's Dance with the Devil. So Angie over here is Perdita and I'm Romeo. I kind of like this style. I like his little mullet. I don't know. I was just like, yeah, I'm feeling it.
Yeah. I thought that they're an interesting couple. If you watch the movie, we don't condone anything that they do. I just like the style. And I was like, okay, it's easy and it's cool. So, but there were some top contenders for sure. So, since we will be discussing Fear Street Part 3 today, I'm curious to know if you prefer older horror films or newer ones.
To be honest, I'm like, you already know what my answer is. I kind of prefer older. What about you?
I think it depends. Sometimes new ones are good, but I already knew. Even though I was writing the questions, I was like, yeah, I know what you're going to say. Yeah. So, okay, now on to our hot takes and burning desires. Do you want to go first?
Okay, so I was writing some notes on the movie. I know one hot take. I know this is a movie, but they should have just chased after Peeping Tom. Well, this was earlier in the in the movie, but like they should have chased after him, bro.
She's in the woods when
I mean, why wouldn't you if like that shit's like straight up like not okay?
Like, if it's forbidden, like in the woods when they're like going to have sex and then they stop because they hear like wrestling and they're like, oh my gosh, and instead of like running away, they could have like gone in silence to whoever it was.
Bro, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like if it's like really that forbidden, like you probably wouldn't want anybody to know. And I mean, this is the real world, it's a movie. So I mean, I would just say, bro, fucking kill the guy. But
they could have gone away with it too.
That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, okay. That's an interesting one. For a second, I was like, the Peeping Tom. I thought you were talking about like Mad Thomas when he saw them kissing, but you mean like the first when they're like in the woods.
Yeah, no, because at first I thought it was Thomas.
Yeah. Spoiler. Yeah, we're allowed to, but spoiler if you're gonna watch.
Okay. I'm like, we thought it was Thomas, but that's all I'm saying, guys.
Yeah. Okay, my hot take was, and I know my team thinks differently, but I liked the first and the second one better than this one. This one's not awful. It's not horrible. I do like it. But for some reason, the first and the second one, there was just so much more like action. And maybe because I like the 70s, so I was just like, oh my God, I feel like there was like one for each of us. So yeah, that's my hot take. Did you have another hot take or was that your only?
No, that's like pretty much just my only hot take. I liked it. I liked all of them, to be honest.
Yeah, all of them were good. Yeah, I just happened to like the first and the second one better. Yeah. Okay, so we are going to take a quick break now. So grab your Black Magic book and strap in for a wild ride. Welcome back to But I'm a Lesbian. This week we are discussing Fear Street Part 3, 1666. Okay, so the movie starts with Dina rushing to restore the witch's hand to her body when all of a sudden she gets this like vision of like this montage of things happening to Sarah Fier, which throughout the other movies, when people like touch anything related to Sarah Fier, they see her and they see like a part of like what happened in her life. But this time we go back to 1666 and we see Sarah's life. So like it's a little confusing because the characters from part 1 and part 2 are the characters in part 3, but they're playing characters in Sarah Fier's life. So like Sarah is Dina and then Hannah is Sam and Kate and Simon are,
Bro, I ain't even gonna lie.
I'm
I'm still getting mixed up with the names.
That's okay. Yeah, I feel like the main ones obviously would be just, Sarah and Hannah at least because, So it's Sarah Fier and she's helping her brother Henry, which is Josh, deliver these little pigs and they're so cute and it was kind of a graphic scene that I was not expecting, but then again, it's 1666, so I guess, it makes sense, right? And so she's going to take one to Solomon Good, and it's this guy in town that has recently lost his wife and his child. And her dad is Sarah's dad is telling her like, "Oh, it wouldn't be so bad if you married him." And she's like, "Ha ha ha, whatever. We're just friends." And so she goes over and she gives him the pig, and she's just like, "Oh my god, we see that they're friends." But on the way, she sees all of her friends and they're like, "Oh my god, there's going to be a party during the full moon. Let's get these magical berries and, have fun." So they sneak out and they go to get the magical berries from Widow Mary, who people believe is a witch, and they don't see her there. So then they start snooping around her tent and Sarah finds this like weird book with like rituals and stuff, which she's like, "What is that?" And then she sees there's like all these like names and then she sees Satan. And then Widow Mary finds them and they're like, "Oh my god, we have to get out of here." She's like, "Get out." And they show up to the party with the magical berries and they are tripping. Like they are literally, I
No,
want
they
to
were.
know, yeah, I want to know what is the equivalent to that now.
I was kind of thinking about this. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. To me personally, I would probably have to say maybe mushrooms or fuck, I don't know, but
They
I want
just
to say
changed it, yeah.
mushrooms, like acid. I don't know. That's what it kind of
Something.
reminds me of.
Yeah.
Like
They were
today.
literally like, as soon as they took them, they were like dancing and they were like kind of like seeing stuff, but like slow motion. And they just looked like they were having a fun time.
No, for real. It got me
Yeah.
thinking, damn, they were still doing shit back then.
Yeah. They were just like, it's magical berries, like, And so they're also drinking too. So they're really getting fucked up. And so, of course, here comes a man to ruin the entire night. This ugly man named Caleb starts harassing Hannah and is like basically forcing himself on her. Is like, "Let's go to this part of the woods. Like, come on, whatever." And she's like, "No, Caleb,
Bro.
stop."
And what's crazy is he's like, "Don't be teasing me, bro."
Yeah, he
Dude.
said that she was teasing him.
Yeah. And I was like, bro, she's literally not even doing anything.
Yeah, like I haven't even this is the first time we're seeing of him, so I don't know why he's saying that. But of course, men think that even back in 1666, so that tracks. And basically he's doing all that and Sarah goes over and defends her and basically like tells him, "You're not shit. So get out of here." Like literally who would want you? And so then Hannah's like, "Oh my god, thanks." And they run off into the woods and things, you can tell there's like something going on with them even in the beginning when she stopped at her house and was like, "Oh, so like I'll see you there." And she's like, "Yeah." And there's something going on. Like they're more than friends. So then they're in the little secluded part of the woods, they're like talking to each other and then they kiss and they're like, "Oh my god, we shouldn't do this." Actually, Sarah's like, "We shouldn't do this." And Hannah, who is literally Pastor Cyrus Miller's daughter, is like, "I don't care. Like, we should. It doesn't feel wrong, And so then they're like, okay. So they're beginning to have sex, but then they hear a noise and they think it's somebody. So they stop and they like run because they're like, oh my God, if anybody found out, like we would literally be dead. But then they don't do anything about it. Like you said, they just let whoever that was go off.
Bro, but all I'm saying is, I mean, there was your chance. You should
Yeah.
have done something about it because it couldn't be me, bro.
Yeah, especially back then. I don't know, but they just decided to let it go and they were like, "Okay, let's go home." And so then back at the house, they're discussing like what happens if we are found out and they're basically like, "It's okay. I'll
Dude,
be okay."
no, it's not okay.
Yeah, but they're like, "No, we're so okay." And then they kiss, and then Mad Thomas is literally like looking at them, and he's like, "Ah, sinners," and I'm like, "Okay, but you're also sinning because you're drunk, so make it make sense." And so then the next day, Hannah goes over to Sarah's house, and she's like, "Something is wrong with my dad. Like he's literally not himself." And they go over to the house and they see him. He's just like sitting there whispering and there are flies around him, which we know from the other movies when there's flies around people, that means that they are possessed. And so basically, Hannah's like, oh my God, was it because of what we did last night? Like, is that the reason why? And Sarah's like, I don't know, girl, but your dad needs more than prayers. He needs some actual medicine. And Hannah's like, okay, I don't really know how that's going to help, but maybe there's like a Bible verse in our book that we can like say for him. But then her mom arrives and she's just like, get the fuck out of my house to Sarah. Thomas told everybody that what you guys were doing last night and you're a sinner. Like, get away from my daughter. And Sarah's just like, oh my God, okay. So she gets thrown out literally. And everyone in the town is looking at her and she's just kind of like, oh fuck. But then she goes home and her dad is just like, it's my fault that you're this way. Like, maybe your mother could have like got this out of you or something. And also, I don't like her dad. Fuck her dad. Her dad just like checks out at this point. Like, literally has a conversation with her and is just like, you're
Dude,
too much of a boy or something.
Dude shuts the door on her, but I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
I'm like, you could do more.
You could defend her. Like, he didn't even say, like, is this true? He's just like, I knew it since the moment I saw you. Like, he's like, you were always weird. And I was like, wow, what a thing to say to your child.
No, for real. And then he was like, maybe I like had you do like too much, like, I don't know, like too much boy work, basically. And I was like, bro, what?
Yeah, he said he gave her too much freedom. And I'm like, oh, okay. He's like I would a boy. And I'm like, oh, interesting. So she basically is like upset, but then she goes to the table and she sees rotten food. And then outside, all of the people in town, their animals are going crazy. They find rotten food, and her dog, Mary Boy, which is so sad, is literally in the well. He is dead. And
that was her dog, right?
Yeah, that was her dog, Mary Boy.
Yeah.
She was looking for her dog and she couldn't find it. And they pulled him out and he was dead. And she was like, oh, fuck, like, that's Mary Boy. And then Thomas comes preaching and he's like, that someone's let the devil in. Somebody here is like, our town is cursed. And basically kind of, looks at Sarah and she's just like, oh, fuck. So she runs to Solomon's and she's like, can you keep a secret? Because I have like a big secret to tell you. And she tells him what happened with her and Hannah and what's happening to Hannah's father and everything that's been going on. And she's like, okay, this has to be because we're gay. Well, in like less words, but like, it's because we did gay things. So bad things are happening because we're sinners. And Solomon's like, no, like, you have nothing to worry about. Like, this is not your fault at all. And then literally as he's like reassuring her, they're screaming outside. Everyone's like gathering around the meeting house. Pastor Miller has locked himself in there with all the children, including Sarah's brother and Abigail's sister, which Abigail/Cindy.
Dude, that scene was crazy.
Yeah. And so Solomon and the other men try to like break open the door and they're just like, okay, it's like awfully quiet in here. And they see all the children like sitting in the rows and the pastor is like praying, but he has his like head down. They get closer and they see all the children have their eyes gouged out, and including Pastor Miller, and they're obviously dead. Like, all the people come running in and they're just like, oh my God, my kid's fucking dead. And Sarah sees her brother, and then Pastor Miller tries to attack Sarah and Solomon kills him. And basically everyone is pissed. They're like, somebody has to pay for this because Pastor Miller would never do this. Like, he was definitely possessed. Like, this is witchcraft for sure. And so obviously I'm sure Sarah and Hannah are just like, oh fuck, like this is really bad. And so wow, I'm getting ahead of my notes here. All I see is Caleb, an ugly man. And okay, yeah, after he gets killed, they say it's witchcraft. And then later on at a town meeting, everybody is accusing, well, first of all, Thomas is like, it's Sarah and Hannah's fault. And then Caleb starts lying and saying that whole story that Hannah bewitched him and that her and Sarah were laying with the devil and, you know, that they are responsible for all this. And then every other man there is like, it was Sarah, it was Hannah, it was like I saw them, like it was both, like they're witches.
Dude, but tell me why I thought it was so crazy that like all you really had to say is I have proof and like say the proof and everybody's like, you know what? That makes a whole lot of sense, bro.
Yeah, literally half of them I'd never even seen and they're just like, yeah, it was them.
Yeah.
So very easy.
Like, dude.
Yeah, imagine. Well, I mean, obviously, we know that they weren't doing anything other than just being gay, but like they didn't do any of that stuff. And why would Hannah do that to her dad? Now that I'm thinking about it, like, why would she do that?
Wait.
Because they're accusing Sarah and Hannah of being witches, and literally Pastor Miller is her dad. So why would she want to like have her dad kill all the children and everything? And anyways, they lie basically. And Sarah and Hannah are like listening in. They're like, oh fuck, like we are going down basically. And so they run away, but the townspeople capture Hannah and Sarah gets away and she's like, oh my God, I need to talk to Hannah because they're like beating the fuck out of Hannah. Like they're dragging her everywhere. They're like, she's a witch. And she's just like, her mom is not saying anything either because her mom is like super religious. And her mom's just like, oh my God, my daughter's a witch. Mom. Yeah, her mom is so like, her mom is a follower. Like that's your child. And you claim that your child is like good and everything, but all of a sudden just because everyone says that she's a witch, they're like, she's like, I'm sorry, no, they got to do what they got to do,
dude. No, she was like the same way in the what is it, the first one, you know, the 1991?
Oh yeah, where she didn't want her and Dina like being together. Yeah, so it's that's like what similarities, I kept huh? Yeah, that's true. And so Sarah she's able to sneak into where they're holding Hannah. And they have Hannah like tied up and stuff. And she's just like, they're going to hang me tomorrow. And Sarah's like, oh my God, no, like that can't happen. I can get you out, whatever. And Hannah's like, you need to like run away from here because you're going to get hung too. Like they're looking for you. And her dad, oh my God, before all this, she's like hiding and she goes to her house and her dad's literally just like passed out by the fence, like not giving a fuck about anything.
I thought they beat him up, dude.
Oh, did they? Did I miss that? I thought he was just drunk because he was so sad that they accused her.
Tripping, but it looked like they beat his ass up.
I thought he was drunk because they were like, go to his house, and he was just like, oh my God, my daughter's gay and a witch. Well, they probably don't even know what gay is. I'm pretty sure they beat his ass up. Okay, but I don't know. He was drunk / beat the fuck up, and then he just didn't care.
Combo of both.
They beat his ass and then they're like, he's like, I gotta take a drink after this.
No, for real.
Oh my God. You know what? Now you're really making me question. Okay, whatever he was checked out. He did not care. Or maybe he couldn't. But anyways, before all that, and then she finally sees Hannah, and then Sarah's like, you know what? They're accusing us of being witches and making a deal with the devil. Why don't we just actually do that? And then maybe we can like be set free from all this. And Hannah's like, girl, what are you talking about? And she's like, yeah, like I'm going to go back to Widow Mary's. I'm going to get the book, make a deal with the devil, and we'll be okay.
Dude, she's like, I don't know about all that.
I know. Hannah's like looking at her like, okay. And Sarah's like, I know what we need to do. So she goes over and she's trying to look for the book and she sees that it's gone. And she's like, oh, fuck. And she falls, but then she trips over something, like something happens, and she's on the floor, and next to her is Widow Mary. She's dead. Somebody killed her.
Oh, dude, that was fucked.
Yeah, and she was like, I knew as soon as the book was gone, I was like, they killed Widow Mary. They got her. And so she's like, obviously, really upset at this, and she runs over to Solomon, good old Solomon Good, literally Solomon Good.
Mhm.
And she's like, oh my God, they stole the book. They killed Widow Mary, all this other stuff. Like, I'm trying to break Hannah free. Like, they have her. We're going to be like hung tomorrow. And Solomon's trying to calm her down. And he's just like, okay, what is going on? You know? Meanwhile, Caleb is leading the army because all of a sudden he's doing that. Him and the other people come to Solomon and they're like, where is Sarah? So Sarah goes to hide. And she's like, Solomon's trying to hold them off as long as he can, but if they literally go into the back room, they'll see Sarah. So Sarah's like, I have to find like a different place. So she finds like this door and she goes down in there and it's like these caves. And so she's like, okay, what the fuck is this? And then we can see like stuff is getting weird because there's like animal heads and things. And she's just like, what the fuck?
Dude, immediately I was like, bro.
Did you think immediately it was him? As soon
Mhm.
as she went into the area, I just thought he was
Immediately,
like
dude.
kind
I
of.
recognized it immediately, dude.
Oh.
I was like, she's cooked.
But she didn't think so. She kept going. She was like, okay. So she keeps going through the caves and eventually she sees like a ram's head and then the little like circle
I'm
ritual
like,
thing.
girl, you know damn well.
Yeah. Well, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, I wonder what that is. As soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, yeah. Like, he's the one that's been doing this. But Sarah's in shock because that's her BFF. And she's like, oh my God, you know, I can't believe he's doing this. So obviously the black magic book is there. And then as soon as she like figures this out, Solomon comes and he's like, oh, hey, like you figured this out. And so she's like, what, like, how could you do this? Like, you were responsible for everything. And he's like,
Dude, but he was trying to pull a fucking one of us type
yeah,
shit.
he
but
was. He
She
was
was
trying
like,
to tell her.
nah.
He was like,
I'm not like
girl.
you.
I mean, I feel like, well, I don't know. I can't say because obviously he loves her and that's what he says. But like, I'm like, okay, I don't really
I'm
think,
like, that ain't
you
love,
know, she's gay
guys.
too. So I'm like, but he tells her like, so what if I have to sacrifice a few people like every couple years or whatever? Like,
Oh
it's
no,
worth
he was
it.
like one person. I'm like,
He's like one
bitch.
person every couple years, but it's not just one person. It's multiple people that person kills.
Y'all, it was more than
So,
one person.
yeah, it was. So he's just like, I don't care. Like, I have the power, I have everything, and it's worth it to me. And she's just like, no. And at this point, he's just like trying to calm her down because she's like, what the fuck? Like, that was my brother that you killed. All these other people, like, we're the ones being accused of being witches. So she runs off and he's like chasing after her and she's like almost getting away, but then she stabs him and she's like, you know, I'm gonna fight you. And he's like, okay, so now I actually have to hurt you. And in between all of this, as he's like trying to fight her, he's like, I love you. And I'm like, okay, you love her, but you literally killed her brother. Like, you're responsible for all this other stuff.
Dude. And then like midway between the fight, he's like, I love you. He's like, I don't want to hurt you. But I'm like, okay, go ahead.
No, literally,
No,
go ahead. She literally gets her hand cut off, but he's just like, I love you. And it's like in the most gruesome way possible, too.
No, literally.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn, bro. I'm like, that ain't love.
That's not love. Yeah. I mean, clearly there's something wrong with him, but I thought that was funny too, because he's just like, I love you. And her hand's literally being like ripped from her fucking arm.
No, for real. I was like, okay.
Yeah. I honestly, props to her though, because if my hand got ripped from my fucking arm, I'm down and out for the count. Like, at that point, you're going to do whatever you need to do, because no, like, yeah. I'm like trying to, I mean, but she's a fighter because she has Hannah. So she's like, I have to get back to Hannah. So he does that and they're still fighting at this point. And she's able to like fight back and like get away from him. And she's still like going through the caves and she comes out where the meeting house was and she's like bloodied, literally no fucking hand. And she walks out and she sees like everyone in town and Hannah's there. And Hannah's like, oh my God, what the fuck like happened to you? And she literally is not saying anything. Solomon comes up behind her and he's like, I got the witch. And everyone's like, oh my God, yes. And of course, sadly, she cannot get away. So they both have them there by the tree. And she's sort of resigned to the fact that like, she's going to die. But she, when they say confess to your sins, like confess that, you know, you guys are witches, she says that she witched Hannah and everybody else. And she's the only one responsible for this. So she wants Hannah to be, you know, let go. And so basically Hannah is let go, which I don't know why they believed her so quickly, but I don't know. I guess they just really dislike Sarah. But, Solomon was like, yeah, let Hannah go. And I'm like, not you trying to be the good guy after you literally started all this. But so Hannah is let go. Like, she goes to her mom and her mom's like, oh my God, girl, like, it's okay, And so Sarah's just like, okay, I'm going to die. But before that, she's like having this like little talk with Solomon, and she's like, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but people are going to find out about what you've done. Like, I'm not gonna let this go. Like, basically, I'm gonna curse you. I'm gonna haunt you forever. And Solomon's just like, yeah, right. I made a deal with the devil and I'm very powerful. And so they hang her, and it's very sad because literally all her friends are there, but they can't say anything because they don't want to be hung themselves. But they're like upset that this is the way it's like going down, especially Hannah. Like, she's literally seeing like her girlfriend die. And so basically after that, they bury her body, but then they like take her out and they move her to a different location, and her friends have like a proper burial for her because they're like,
I
she was
like
our
that.
friend. Yeah. And they're just like, oh, they do the little moss thing and they put
Mhm.
it on her.
Dude, and everything starts adding up because I'm like, at first when I was looking at the moss, I thought it was like some sort of like fleshy sort of thing. I don't know.
Mhm.
That's the way they were making it out to be, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Just a little detail.
Yeah, that was nice to see, like, the little crown they put, and then it
Mhm.
just, like, keeps growing, and, then they have the little, like, stone, the rock where it says the witch lies here. I thought that was nice because I mean, I guess a little too soon because she got hung for being a witch, but they have a sense of humor. And so Dina is like, now we're back in 1994, and Dina's like, oh, fuck, like, I literally saw everything. And just as that's happening, Nick Good arrives, and we obviously know he's a bad guy. He, along with all of his other like family members, do this ritual every couple of years in order to sacrifice people so that they can stay powerful, and that Sunnyvale will be like this nice little place, and Shadyside people are like literally in despair. And so he arrives and he asks Josh, like, where's your sister? Is everything okay? And he's like, oh, yeah, like, I'm just waiting for her. And he seems weird. Like, he seems like he knows something's up. And Dina grabs Josh and they run into the forest, and he starts chasing after them. And Dina's like, oh my God, he's the bad guy. Like, we have to get out of here. So then they steal his car, which I didn't think was a very good idea because can't they track those?
I want to say you can. I don't see why you could. No, but then again, it's 19. What it was it?
1994. But I feel
94.
like
So,
things have like still are
mm,
semi-advanced.
I don't know. This is just
You
me
don't think so?
personally. No.
Okay. So they're safe with their stolen cop car with the lights on and
I
everything.
mean, one thing I was gonna say though is I'm like, motherfuckers, you could have turned the light off. I'm like, that's pretty
But they can't.
obvious.
Maybe they wanted it to seem like they were in a hurry somewhere and like you can't really see who's in the car with the lights. I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
don't
would turn the
know.
lights off too because that's
Yeah,
very
because
out
I'm like,
there.
as a cop, if I saw another flashing light, I'd be like, yo, what's going on? And then I'd be
Yeah.
like, shh. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? You know?
And then they don't answer. And
No, exactly.
yeah, okay, but they get away with it somehow. So then Dina explains to Josh, like, he's literally the bad guy. I saw this vision of Sarah Fier. I saw all these things, and I have to, like, we have to go tell C. Berman, which is Ziggy, if you guys watch the trilogy, and which is very upsetting now thinking back on the other parts because he was just like, I believe you, like, they made him seem like a good guy, which obviously that's the point, but and so they drive back to Ziggy's and they tell her, and she's just like, what the fuck, like, what do we do? They're like, we have to kill the sheriff, like, we have to kill him. So then earlier in the movies, there was this guy, the janitor named Martin, who was in there, and Josh kind of helped him like escape.
Dude, I totally forgot about Martin.
I did too, because they were like, let's go to the janitor. Like, who can we ask to help? Because all our friends are dead, basically.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh shit, they are. And they're like, Josh is like, Martin. And they're like, okay. And they stop by Martin's house and they're like, do you want to like kill the sheriff with us? And he's like,
Just all casual as fuck. He's like, yeah, sure, let me get my sweater. I'm
yeah. He's like, all right, I'm down for it. And I'm like, okay. So they pick him up, and I feel like he doesn't think that they're like
Like
being
serious.
serious, but he's just like, all right, like I said I owed you one, so I owe you one.
Mm-hmm.
And they devise this plan to like lure the killers to the mall and lure Sheriff Good there. And they like have Dina's blood and they're like drawing little like spray paint and they're like saying this way and like they're like doing fun. Like they're trying to have fun with it, but they're also like, this is serious, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so they are like setting this whole thing up and they're gonna have each killer in like a shopping like a store and then like shut the gate, and then once Nick gets there they'll like release it and like pour the blood on him. Basically Ziggy's like, we're gonna carry him, and so that should make the killers like kill him because you know they're after Dina. And he gets there and Ziggy is like sitting by the tree and he's like, whoa, like what are you doing here? And she's just like, you're it. And she pours the blood on him and she runs away. And the killers are creepy. I don't remember that one's name, but it's like the kid with that mask. He freaked me the fuck out. Honestly, all the other ones, I'm like, okay, terrifying. But him, the way he was moving was like really weird to me. You know, the one that was like
No,
bashing the,
yeah, I know which
yeah,
one you're talking about. To be honest, I felt like the only one that really stuck out to me
yeah.
at the moment was what was her name? The one that was singing.
Oh, Ruby Lane?
Yeah,
Oh,
literally
okay.
that one. That one just kind of reminds me of my or of how do you call it? Amy Winehouse. But I think I'm
Oh,
just on
you
my
know what?
Amy
She does
Winehouse right
kind of
now.
have that
Uh huh.
look. Yeah. So were you like afraid of her? You're just like, oh, she's kind of cool. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
that's the kind of vibe I was getting. I'm like, cool
You're
girl,
like,
cool
I like
girl.
her, and I'm like terrified of the baby. And I'm like, he's creepy. Um, and she was late to the party. They're like, no Ruby Lane.
Dude,
And she's like, no, I'm
dude, I
fashionably
was like,
late.
where is homegirl?
She was late. She's taking her time singing, walking across.
No, for real. I'm like, goddamn, bro.
I know she was late to the party, but she
Mm-hmm.
eventually does come when she started, right? Like she later on after. So he gets there and they like release the killers and he happens to grab Ziggy and he's like, make them get off of me, like make them go away or Ziggy's gonna die too. And so they're like, fuck, what do we do? And they somehow, or yeah, they like start fighting and they get the killers away from Ziggy and Nick. And he takes that as an opportunity to run away because he's like, oh my God, and he's a pussy. So he's
Dude, I
like,
was gonna say the same
he
thing.
like, I find it so funny how he's just like, I don't know, but I dislike him. I liked him in the other movies because I thought he was semi chill. But then obviously, as soon as it was like Solomon Good, I'm
Oh,
like,
dude,
this
no.
is
I was
not
like, oh,
good.
it's that fake shit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. Even during the second one, I was just like, why do I feel like he's sort of evil? But then they didn't show anything evil and he saved Ziggy. So I was like, he can't be that evil,
Dude,
right?
I thought he was gonna be Kumbaya. The only thing I didn't like was like at the very end was when, you know, the job was obviously more important than like
Oh,
what was
yeah.
real. He
Yeah.
was like, what was his name? Tommy? Or Tommy, right?
Which one from part two?
Yes.
Tommy, the one that
The
killed
one,
everyone?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Tommy.
Yeah, he was just like, Tommy went on a rampage. That is all. I'm like,
Oh, yeah. 'Cause,
yeah.
you know.
I mean, I get it, but I'm like, come on, dude.
So he is able to get a hold of Ziggy and he's just like, call them off, get them out of here, or Ziggy's gonna die too. And everyone's like, fuck, we didn't think that he would do this. And so they are able to get them off of him somehow. And Ziggy's like fighting for her life almost, but then Dina like cuts her hand and is like, come this way. And then Nick uses that as the opportunity to escape. And then they're like, go after him, go after him. And so she's like, okay, I'll go. But then Ziggy obviously has like the blood on her from Nick. So they're like after her and she like throws the sweater and they like kind of lock themselves in the store and they're just like, well, what do we do? Because they're all going to start to go after her, but she needs to kill Nick. And so they're kind of like talking and they're like, it's okay, we have blood, but they're out of blood. And then they're like, oh my God, what do we do? And I thought this was really sweet but sad. Josh goes out there to fight one of them and he's just like, I'm standing up for my, like, that's my sister. I'm going to protect her. And he goes to fight them. And I thought the Ziggy and Martin took way too long to help him.
Oh,
His
dude,
arm gets
he
like
got his
broke.
shit rocked.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was like, and then Ziggy just ends up shooting him and she's like, one down. And Josh looks at her, but I'm like, I'd be so mad. What the fuck took you so long? Like his arm is literally fucking twisted back.
No, dude, I know. They were
Yeah.
just like really debating on it, but I'm like, just go.
I mean, I can see for Ziggy because she literally was like She literally
Oh yeah.
died.
Mm-hmm.
And Martin's like new to this, so he's scared. But I'm like, Josh is a literal like teenager. And he's like, I'm going out here. But in the end, they saved him. So they're just like, okay, let's fight. Like, we got this.
Mm-hmm.
And Dina goes down there to, oh yeah, we're forgetting somebody very important. Sam, throughout this entire time, a continuation of Caitlin's impression of Sam. She's literally tied up in multiple places, just like being a little gremlin because she's possessed. And so she's just mad. And then she finally escapes and like runs off. And they're like, oh, we lost Sam. Oh, well, like we'll let her deal with it. So Dina's chasing Nick and Sam is chasing Dina. And Martin and Ziggy and Josh are like trying to fend off the other killers. And they have like a little fight scene. And Dina's just like, you know, she's trying to like do her best to win, but also Nick is like kind of beating her up. But Sam also appears and they're like, she's able to get through to her for like a split second where she's just like, Sam, it's me, like it's Dina. And Sam kind of like does like a pause and then Dina's able to like knock her out. And this poor Sam, like she's had no
Oh,
scenes
dude, I
other than
know.
growling this whole time. And then even Ziggy knocked her out in the beginning too. So
Oh yeah, she did. She did.
she was like, I'm tired of her. But I'm like, you know, they don't want to obviously hurt Sam because, you know, that's the whole reason they're doing this is for
Mm-hmm.
Sam. And so Nick and Dina are fighting and Dina's able to touch the little like beating organs in the middle of like the cave. And that gives Nick a vision of like literally everything, all the pain that he's like put everybody through by continuing in like doing the ritual and sacrificing people. And he's like shocked because he sees all the people like killing, like the flashback that everyone else sees. And Dina kills him. She stabs him in the eye and the monsters disappear just as they're going to get Josh, Ziggy, and Martin. And they're like, oh my God, she fucking did it. Like she ended this thing. And Sam is okay. She's just like, waking up because she got knocked out twice. And she's like, oh my gosh, are you okay? And they're like, yeah, we're fine. And they start going through the caves and it leads them to the good like mansion. And there's literally rams everywhere. And it's like very like what you expect, like a white evil person's house to look
Dude,
like.
but tell me why I was like thinking, wait, are we allowed to talk about politics?
Oh yeah, yeah, of
Oh,
course.
okay,
I'm
okay.
like, that's a yeah.
Okay,
I
because
don't know why
like
I thought you were gonna say something else.
no, for real, because I was like, is that a touchy subject? Okay. Well, what I was thinking is, bro, I was kind of getting the vibes like, what if this is like, I don't know, this is giving like White House vibes right now. Because I mean, everything that's
Oh.
going on, crazy shit, you know? I don't know, just like the way everything was decorated, it was almost just like, I don't know, like you have it too good, but
Mhm.
I'm like, there's a reason why you're living good.
Exactly, because they made that deal and
No,
they're
that's
just
like some
evil.
evil shit, dude.
It is. They're
Mhm.
just living comfortably while like sacrificing like a shit ton of people and they're like, "Oh well, as
Mhm.
long as like I'm good." So, yeah, they literally are like, "What the fuck is this?" And then they realize like, okay, there's like the little family tree. It's like the good family, which
Oh,
is so
dude.
ironic, the
Mhm.
good family, right? And they're like, "Oh fuck, okay, the caves like led us here." And they go outside. And okay, I understand like obviously the curse is broken and now it's like Sunnyvale's turn to have like shit luck. But literally that I don't think that family did anything. But when they step outside and it's that family like backing out their car to like leave somewhere and that semi runs into them
Oh, dude,
and
that was crazy.
yeah, I was like, okay, that's showing us that, you know, things aren't going to be so good for people in Sunnyvale.
So, like, my thing is, so is it like since they did all that evil shit throughout,
Mhm.
like, what is it, like
Like century.
400, 500 years? Are they gonna get like the karma like 3 times worse for a while or what?
I
That's
feel
what
like
I'm
yeah,
wondering.
cuz it happened almost immediately. Like that family, that's our first time seeing them and they just got killed for no reason. So,
Mhm.
I feel like things like from there they're just going to like it's going to be bad because after the news is like, "Oh my god, Nick Good was a serial killer." The mayor like the good family's being exposed.
Oh, dude, I was so happy after. I was like,
Right?
yes,
I
we love
know the news.
us.
I was like, I was wondering after like he died, I was like, if they're gonna pin it on Dina or something. But maybe if the curse was still there, then yeah. But no, they got off and they were like, yeah, that's literally what he is. I mean, he technically is, sort of.
Yeah, but yeah, I just don't know if they would explain like the whole would this be considered like witchcraft?
I mean,
Cuz I don't know if
yeah.
that would be like say well, no, not satanic. I don't know. You get what I'm saying though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, I think it was good that they exposed him. So the news is like things are looking good for Shadyside, but not
Mhm.
for Sunnyvale. And we see Dina's home life is like getting better. Her dad's like, I have an interview. I'll see you guys
Oh,
later.
dude, I know.
I
I
know.
love
I
that.
love that,
Mhm.
right? Compared to the other ones where like he was unemployed, obviously, and he was drinking and things were very sad for everybody there. And so they have like a little memorial where Dina drops Josh off and he finally meets his online friend, the Queen of Darkness, which I feel like they're so cute. His little cast, she signs in. She's like, look
Oh,
me up online, like, or she puts her little like username. She's like, if you want to chat.
that's crazy. Because to be honest, I'm the kind of person I need to like watch the movie like a couple times before everything clicks. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be asking you like, who is that? Like, what happened? Okay, but like, I didn't know that. I'm actually kind of like,
Do you remember the girl at the end that
yeah.
signs his
I
cast?
thought that was just like some pretty girl that like was just happened to be there, and I was like, oh, cool. He's like making a friend.
Yeah,
I didn't
because
know that
yeah,
though.
like you remember in the chat room where it's
Yeah.
just her little name. Yeah, can she
Mhm.
like puts it? I guess they only show it for like a second, but I was
I
like
didn't think
glued
too much
'cause
about it, but I was like, okay, get it.
I feel like when you do the recap, you like pause and you rewatch and you rewatch and you rewatch. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like you have to like kind of like look for the little detail thingies. Because if it were just me like watching it, then I probably would have missed it too. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I'm like,
Don't feel
okay,
too bad.
you're good.
So then after Dina's like, I'm not going to school. I have something else to do. And they go to Sarah Fier's little gravesite and they have like a cute little date, her and
Oh,
Sam.
dude, I know. I love that. I'm
Yeah,
like,
they're visiting her. They're like the first Shadysider,
mm-hmm.
which I think was very cute. And they kiss and they're just like, oh my God, happy ending.
Dude, a
Yay.
good way to remember her too. Like,
Right,
a
because
friend.
she wasn't evil. She was just trying to expose Nick.
Mm-hmm.
And the other two, we thought she was evil. Like everybody did.
No, dead ass, dude.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm like, I'm glad she wasn't evil.
I know. And I'm glad they got a happy ending because in a lot of like queer movies, happy endings are very rare. And they love tragedy, especially when one dies, which I thought was going to happen. I thought it was going to be Dina that dies too. But thankfully, she didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what we think is the end, there's a little bit more. And it's like the camera zooming in through the mall, and there's a little crime scene with the black magic book, and someone steals it. And then that's the end.
Oh, dude, for some reason, I don't know why, but that shit kind of pissed me off because I'm like, bro, just let it go. I'm like, it's the end of the movie. It's done. You don't need to make another one. But then again, that's just the hater in me, dude.
You're like, it's enough. 3 movies was enough.
No, to be honest. See, that's why I don't be liking the newer. Well, I mean, the older movies do it too.
That's true.
Halloween, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
yes, I know. I don't like when they do that. I'm like, just let it go. Stop
Just
stretching
end
it out.
I mean, I think there is another Fear Street after, but
Yeah, I think it's like prom or something.
yeah, it was like Prom Queen, but I haven't watched that one. So,
Nah, I
I
haven't
mean,
either.
maybe we'll watch it and like it. But
Mhm.
yay for a happy ending. Yay. Okay, so now the moment that you've all been waiting for. This is our version of Fuck, Marry, Kill, Munch, Merge, Murder. So the options are Sarah, Hannah, and Abigail. Of course, these are grown-up versions, as we mentioned throughout all the other ones. And Sarah is played by Dina, and Hannah is Sam, and Abigail is Cindy.
Ooh. Okay, wait. Double checking.
Yeah.
Cindy is, how do you call it, Ziggy's sister, right?
Yeah, the older sister.
Okay.
Like the goody two shoes.
Okay.
Okay, so I feel like I would definitely munch Hannah. I would murder Abigail just because I feel like she didn't get enough like I didn't get enough of her personality, and I was just thinking like Cindy, but then if that were me too, I would also kind of murder Cindy, and I feel a little bad because she's not that bad, but I don't know, I just wasn't really like into her. And then I'd
Understandable.
merge with Sarah.
You'd merge with Sarah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm rocking with that.
What about you?
Okay. I'm gonna munch Abigail.
Okay.
I don't know. I kind of like her.
She was nice. She was, yeah.
Yeah. Merging, I would say Sarah. Just
Okay,
because
yeah.
I'm like, bro, she's like a day one kind of girl.
She is. She was willing to make a deal with the devil for her girlfriend.
And I feel like I don't know if I'm gonna get hate for this, but to be honest, I would murder Hannah.
Oh,
Just because, like, I don't know. I'm like, girl, like, no type of hustle, can't get yourself out of a situation, which is kind of fucked up. I know I
Yeah.
shouldn't think this way, but like, try harder, dude. Do better. Don't get possessed, dude.
Don't get possessed. Sarah was the only
Easier
one.
said than done, but like, I don't know, something about it. I was just like, girl, you're always getting into trouble, and like, you can't even speak up for yourself. Like in
Oh.
the first movie, when those two guys were in there with you, or was it two guys in the car, like behind the school bus?
Oh, so you're like, yes,
And
yes.
I'm like, you didn't have to be in that car. You could have just said, pull over, I want to get out. You didn't say anything. You wanted to be a follower because you didn't want people to like know that you were like that. I'm like, speak up, girl. But that's just
true.
me though.
I mean, you have a point for sure. I feel like
I'm just not rocking with that.
You're like, fuck Hannah / Sam.
No type of hustle. That's all I'm saying.
See, that's surprising. I thought, I mean, now that I think about it, I feel like, yeah, I can see you doing that.
I'm like, girl, just throw her away. I'm sorry.
You're like done with her. Oh, at least we have in common Sarah, because she definitely is a fighter. She's like, she's not going to give up so easily.
Yeah. I like her.
Yeah. So we will be rating this movie on a scale of 1 to 5 cherries. I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5. Even though I said I liked the other two better, I don't think it was a bad movie at all. I did like it. So what do you give?
I want to say, I don't know if this is biased. I mean, I don't know, just because like, we're together and stuff. I mean, I want to rate it like 4 cherries just because.
No, rate it
like,
what you feel like.
I feel like it was good, don't get me wrong, but there were like certain parts where I was just like, oh yeah, I already know what to expect. I don't know. I just feel like older movies are original, newer movies are like, I don't know. There's a lot of ideas that have already been played out, but there were some newer ideas where I was like, oh, okay, you're cooking. But then also, I didn't like what they were writing at the mall. I know they were having fun, but like, how stupid do you have to be to like write good is evil? Like, didn't you see?
Yeah, they wrote good is evil a lot of times.
Make it fucking obvious that it's a fucking trap. Like, there's arrows on the floor. Oh, yeah, let me fucking follow them. Like, bro, are you fucking dumb? Like, you're supposed to, like, lead them there. You're supposed to, like, feed them into it. But, like, I don't know. Writing all that shit there, it's like, I don't know.
It was a waste of time, in your opinion?
To be honest, yeah.
They were trying to have fun with it, I guess. But
I'm like, girl, you have fun. I mean, you have time to have fun, like, in this situation. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a hater.
So do you still think 4 out of 5 cherries? What's your real rating? Let the viewers know.
Bro, okay. It was good.
Okay.
I like the plot. I just don't like the way it was, like.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just something about it. I don't know. Maybe I just don't like these like new actresses. I don't know.
Okay.
3.7, 3.9. Oh, that's kind of where I'm
Okay,
at.
a 3 out of 5.
No, I'm a 4. I'm a 4.
A 4? Okay. You talked yourself out of the 3.
I'm like, I ain't trying to be that harsh.
It's okay. We've given movies like 1. We'd give them a 0 if we could. But I really like this movie.
But I did like the actors. I'm like, please don't come for me.
You're like,
I liked
these new
y'all.
actors, but I liked them.
No. See, that's my problem. It's like, I actually did like it, but I'm like, I don't know.
Okay. So if you're joined, but I'm a lesbian, please head over to our IG/TikTok and follow to stay up to date on our newest episodes and hottest takes. Follow at But I'm a Lesbian Pod on all platforms. We are now on Lemonade and Blue Sky too, so don't forget that. Welcome back and get ready for our special segment, Get to Know Our Guest. So, Yamie,
Yes.
what's the most recent song you listened to, or what was the last book you read or are currently reading?
Okay, so last book I read is the Puritan Bible.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm like, tedious read, but we got it done.
Yeah, nice. Okay. So, what's a comfort movie you put on when you need a little joy?
Dude, she's the motherfucking man, dude. That's my shit right there. No, I was gonna be that for Halloween, but like, to be honest, how do you call it? I'm just not really that good with like planning. So like, I was supposed to buy the suit, all that bullshit, but like, I just haven't found the time. So
Next
maybe
year,
I'll be
or
this.
there's still time for Halloween. We can do it like for
Nah.
actual. All we need is like a wig and a suit that we can find at the thrift
Yeah,
store.
but where's my hair gonna go?
We do like a wig cap. I
Okay.
won't get the wig from the thrift store. I will get it from like the
Bro,
store.
fucking get piojos after,
Oh my
dude.
god, no! I'll get like the wig and that's easy, but like the suit may be a little hard. I mean, we can find one at the thrift store.
Okay. All right.
To be determined.
To be determined. I like that.
Okay, so what's your favorite podcast besides But I'm a Lesbian?
There is a podcast I do like. No shit. I do like Case File True Crime. I remember when I was working at a wood shop, I'd be doing a lot of the how do you call it? You know, like the cabinet finishing, polishing, all that crap. You know, it was a lot of free times. You know, just like listen to whatever you wanted. So I'd be kind of like binging on that, and I don't know. It was like really good visuals and everything. You can visualize it in your head. I'm not saying that's a good thing, but like
It kind of like puts you there. Is it that one guy that we listened to
yeah,
on
the
our
guy
road
with
trip?
like the British accent. I
Oh,
don't know. He
yeah.
like does it so good too. I'm like, God damn, dude.
Yeah, it's always like it does come to life and it makes you not want to leave your house ever.
No, it's like really good. I remember
Yeah.
we listened to it on our way to Portland.
Yeah, I think it was on our way to Portland. It was like this, what a time to listen to it. It was this one girl that her friend murdered her, and it was like Australia.
I think so.
Yeah,
I
her
don't
friend
know.
was like jealous of her, and it was really creepy. I honestly was like, I low-key want to change it because I'm getting creeped out and I don't want to go anymore.
Especially because we were doing our research about Portland, and dude, there's like a lot of sex trafficking.
Yeah,
so.
that's what I thought was gonna happen. I could literally like tell you this episode word for it. It like stuck with me, but it was very creepy. And I can imagine you just like working on the cabinets and you're like listening to these murders.
No, for real. I was like, bro.
And half of them happen to almost all of them are like women. Like
literally, yeah.
Almost.
It kind of like really changed my perspective on you know, like I'm not a man hater or anything, but like
it's okay. You can be a man hater here.
No. It's just
you're like, no, I don't want to do that.
No, I feel like a lot of the things that were going on were basically, you know, towards women. And it'd be for like a lot of the times, it'd be a lot of, I don't know, like it's more of like an ego sort of thing, you know, like rejection or she's leaving me or fucking I don't want to be with her anymore. I don't know. It just kind of opens up my eyes a bit because, and I don't think it was like biased or anything, but it just happened to be a lot of women were like, I don't know, a lot of them were getting attacked and just kind of changes your perspective on a lot of things.
Yeah, fuck men. Men suck.
Yeah, low-key,
I think the planet would be a lot better if it were just all women, honestly. I'm sorry to my male family members, but like genuinely, like I had this conversation with my mom and I'm like, I'm not saying obviously like each and every single person that you come across, but like the statistics show that it's literally men, and it's literally crimes against women. Not to say that doesn't happen against men on men crimes, like, no, but it's literally women. Like, you literally
Now,
can be killed for saying, like, no, I don't want to give you my number.
or
No,
I
anything.
don't know, you have to be too nice, you have to be
Yeah.
really nice because otherwise, like, something bad could happen to you, or you're being
Yeah.
too nice and then he takes it the wrong way. I don't know. I just think
Yeah.
that's like kind of a trip.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Men suck. Again, they really do. But I know you
Yeah.
don't want to be a man hater. That's okay because Caitlin and I are. Caitlin approves this message, as does our producer, Victoria. So now, what was your cartoon crush growing up?
Dude,
Okay. Go ahead.
I know dude, she's been making fun of me because
Been
like,
making jokes.
yeah, she's been cracking a lot of jokes lately. And like, I don't know if y'all watch Naruto, but I was on my Naruto shit for a while, all right? How do you call it? Fucking I told her that
Go ahead. It's okay.
I told her that the redheaded guy, Gara, was my crush back then. Like, I remember having a dream about it, and then like I'd be with my aunt, like we'd be like, I don't know, we'd just be like chilling, playing, and like I was like pretending that he was there, and I'd be like, this is my boyfriend. And I'm like, bro, now I'm like, God.
You're like, why did I do that? It's okay.
No,
You
it
were
was kind of
young.
embarrassing.
It's
But
okay. I
like,
mean, things happen when you're young.
no, but I'm like, thank God she doesn't have like
A good
she
memory?
yeah, of like her childhood and shit. Because I'm like,
You all don't
yes,
remember
I'm
that
like,
specific thing
no,
that
for
I
real.
did.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. I've done that too. But also, I said I feel like Gara looks like a masked lesbian. So
Honestly,
that's why.
I could see that.
I know maybe you didn't think that, but like the way I see it, I'm like, oh yeah, of
I just thought
course.
he had cool hair. I was
Yeah.
like, that's
See,
cool.
you're just
I was
like, yeah.
dude, he has a freaking tattoo on his forehead. I was like, that's cool.
Okay, so if you could greenlight one new lesbian rom-com tomorrow, who are your two leads?
Angie, you're gonna hate me
What?
because I'm like, maybe you can help me out with this. But
Okay.
immediately, dude, immediately, Jordan Jensen.
Okay.
Immediately.
Yeah.
But I can't think. Oh, wait. Actually, something did come up. But I don't know. I feel like maybe this is a weird combination, but I've always liked her. Mila
Okay.
Kunis.
Okay.
But wait, is she like.
Is Mila Kunis gay?
No. Is she like cool?
Yeah. I from what I know, yeah, she is. She's
Okay.
an ally.
Okay. No.
I can
I'm
see
like,
it because Jordan gives like a mask vibe, and it's like there's a little bit of an age gap, but it's not the crazy age gap.
Okay. Just like picture it if they were like the same age. I don't know.
No, they can be their age. I don't think there's like a crazy one. I think Jordan's like, I think Mila Kunis is like late 40s, right?
Oh, dude.
Isn't she?
Jordan
And then Jordan's
Jensen's
like 30 something. 32. Yeah. So it's not like a
Something along
crazy
that.
age
Yeah,
gap.
yeah. I'm like,
I
I be
could
rocking
see
with
it.
her. I'm like, I know she's not gay, but like, mhm.
But I feel like, she definitely knows that she gives that vibe. But
No,
I
I
could
just
see
like
it.
her too, because I'm like, she be working construction, and
Oh,
like,
she
I
knows.
just relate to that. You know?
Yeah. Okay. What is the best piece of advice anyone has ever given you?
Okay. I couldn't really quote it or anything. And this is like the most basic, but like pretty sure everybody's living it. Like kind of like, you drive what you like. Not like sure it like definitely takes part with like a car, but like also like you kind of do what you want to do
Mm-hmm.
in life because I could remember like if it was yesterday, like
Mm-hmm.
I was a kid, I
Mm-hmm.
was like 10, 15. I can still remember that like it was yesterday. And I don't know, I feel like what's the word I'm looking for? I just feel like, I would rather not be like doom scrolling. I know I have a hard time with that as well, but
Yeah.
like I'm trying to get better with that. I do think that a lot of us spend more time on our phones than I don't know, we could be doing something else with that time. And it's basically like a part-time job when you really think about like your screen time. it really adds up. And I just think that, you know, again, we could definitely be using that time productively, like learning new activities, new tasks or something.
Mhm.
Living your life to the fullest, you know? I feel like
Yeah.
life is so short, and I don't know. I just feel like you should kind of just do what you want to do rather
Mhm.
than like thinking about what other people would think of you. And I know I struggle with that too,
Mhm.
but I don't know. It's like at the end of the day, I mean, you're your own Sims character. You're only going to be here for what, set amount of years? Like, you may
Yeah.
as well live it up, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, especially right now, do what you wanna do because tomorrow's not promised.
No, that's
It's a
very true, dude.
very scary thought, but yeah, that's good advice.
Yeah,
I
for
like
real.
that. And now the most serious question of them all. Do you put ketchup on your fries or do you put it
Uh,
on the side?
well, ladies and gentlemen, I used to put the ketchup on my fries, but then I got yelled at.
Who yelled at you?
Dude, my fucking my stepdad, dude, he was like,
He's a hater. He's like, "No
dude,
fries on it."
straight up. I was just living my life at fucking Denny's, and this motherfucker had the audacity to tell me, dude, like, what are you doing? Why are you putting them all over the fries? Like, if you don't want them anymore, then you're kind of screwed because you
What?
already have the ketchup on them. But I was like, all right. So ever since then, I've been like, I don't know. I
You
just
do
kind
it
of
on
have
the
him on the
side.
side because I'm like,
Oh.
he's kind of right, but also fuck that guy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, fuck him.
No, no, deadass. I'm like, I don't
You're
know where
like,
you at, dog, but I'm like,
if you
wherever you
watch
at.
this, fuck you.
No, deadass, fuck you, and you know why. hmm
You know why for telling Yami to put ketchup on the side instead of on. I
No,
like
and some other
both
shit too.
ways. Okay, so thanks for tuning in to But I'm a Lesbian, your go-to sapphic media reviews, WLW drama, and unfiltered queer takes. If you enjoyed the show, or even if you didn't, please like, share, and subscribe on every platform. Yes, all of them, especially the 2 new ones that we just got. Leave us a review to help support the queer community and keep this lesbian-led pod thriving. After all, the algorithm's a bitch, and we're just 2 lesbians with mics trying to survive. Don't miss next week's episode. We will be watching Bottoms, which is kind of like an iconic film by now. I feel like everyone was so excited for it to come out, and I don't think you've seen it, have you?
No, but I've heard it was really good.
Yeah, see, I'm like, we're gonna have to watch that together.
Yeah.
So it's the 2023 sapphic comedy available on Apple TV.
See
See you next Tuesday.
Executive producers for But I'm a Lesbian are Caitlin Beatty and Angelina Herrera. Produced and mixed by Victoria Shiflett. Creative direction and video editing provided by Juanita Iriarte. Music by Stiletto Falsetto.